Welcome to another episode of the Slumber Party! Yay! This video is sponsored by Maybelline! Woo! This video is in collaboration with Maybelline's Fit Me Foundation. Slay in any shade with you and your girl squad, like us here on the Slumber Party. Time to find your perfect fit. We have all of these foundations by Maybelline. There's a lot of shades to choose from.
We gotta get through all this to find our perfect fit. But when you actually find the right one, you're like, yeah.
It's so
like,
good. It's like finding the perfect boy.
When you guys do like swatches, do you do it on your face or your hand?
I do it on my hand first because I always like put a little on my hand so I can like dip my sponge into it.
Right.
Oh, sponge. I'd just be like, am I pretty now?
Oh, that's pretty accurate.
Am I pretty?
So we're gonna take 2 shades,
2 shades.
put one on each side, and see which one fits.
I have do you prefer to go slightly darker or slightly lighter?
It
Yeah, that's a good
depends.
question.
I like to mix and match.
Slightly darker because summer tans.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of my body tends to be pretty dark, so it matches my body.
Oh, this
Right.
feels so good. So, warm honey or soft tan?
I think this will be good for this summer.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And it,
natural buff and sun beige. I think I put natural buff on this side and sun beige on this side.
I think sun beige.
Sun beige.
Yeah.
Okay
yeah.
then.
Okay then, easy.
Okay then.
okay,
Popular vote.
which is classic tan or cappuccino?
Look at me.
Cappuccino.
Cappuccino.
Yeah.
Cappuccino is a darker one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it matches your neck too.
Okay.
Which is so important.
Yeah, you need to match your neck.
Don't be out here with that ring.
Maybelline's Fit Me Foundation goes beyond matching different skin tones and textures. We use the matte and poreless formula, ideal for normal to oily skin. Its micro powders control your shine, leaving a natural, seamless finish. This episode is all about being broke and making it work. We've all been broke. The game is building the right foundation, both financially and facially. You guys at home participate. We have a few questions in the eye. The eye only lets us have 5 questions. So the rest of the questions are in the info box, so comment in the comments below. So for every question I ask, if you answer yes, you can add a layer of foundation. If the answer is no, you ain't got no foundation, you bare. Are you currently in debt?
So I'm in debt right now, but that's because I know I have a big check coming and I had a really heavy, hectic month, so I spent a lot. But usually I'm not in debt. It's just currently right now that I am, so just stop judging me.
So stop
okay,
putting
no
stuff on.
foundation.
Oh, you're not in debt.
I'm not in debt, so I'm putting.
You have no credit cards.
I do have credit cards, but they're all paid off. 'Cause I'm trying
Completely?
I'm trying to improve my credit score because I'm making moves. So
She's buying a house.
Yeah,
Yeah, she just
yeah.
said. She's making moves.
I'm
I
making
have
moves.
credit card.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, keep your hands to
can't-
yourself.
no, okay.
Hands down. Next.
Do you have a savings account?
Okay, what about if you have one but nothing's in it?
that works.
you
Touch
see
me there.
It's a thought
A
account.
thin layer.
A
of foundation.
fine layer.
Fine layer.
Step 1.
There's like $5 in there.
Do you invest your money? So yes,
I'm gonna
put on a layer. No. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Where do I invest my money? I invest in myself.
In yourself.
Yourself.
Yeah, that's an investment.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
I'm not an
is.
appreciating asset. I'm just.
You're not?
But you are.
Girl, love yourself.
I don't. What do you invest in?
The office, my staff. I guess there's different definitions.
No, we're talking about invest like stocks, bonds,
I
appreciating
do have.
assets.
I have sub IRAs.
Okay.
I have stocks.
Amy is just like loading up. She's like, mind your business.
Like, bye. Okay, next question. Do you invest in an accountant or a financial planner?
Well, my family comes from accounting, so we kind of grew up with that knowledge, and that's
Amy
I'm
did
very
taxes
grateful.
for like everyone at
at
Maker.
I used to do everyone's taxes, like my DJ friends, my actor friends, everyone, because it's just like, it's such an important part of life that you need to know about. So, yeah, I think it's really good to invest.
How's it going
in
there,
an
Shannon?
It's if you need tax advice, let me know, girl. I got you.
Yeah, that's
Investing.
next step.
I've always had an accountant. My mom's an accountant, and then I did my taxes as a kid. But then when I started to do like my own entrepreneurial business, then it started getting a little more complicated, and I didn't know the loopholes. So
now you have a business manager.
now I have a business
The
manager.
irony, though, is that even though my family is, they're all accountants, like, my taxes are still not filed. They're on extension.
Really?
Yeah.
I just did mine. Mine were on extension, but you
Yeah.
filed for extension, which is
but I filed for
responsible.
extension, yeah.
Still
but
filed.
we always wait till the last day.
Do you have an accountant?
Nah.
Okay, we gotta get some Fit Me Foundation on you. Okay, do you have a spending gambling problem?
Nah.
No.
I am cheap. That I will load up for.
Oh, so we put on
We can put on for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, so no, I don't have a
No.
spending problem.
I suck so bad at gambling. If I was good at it, I might have a
It hurts me to know that you give money on a
someone,
chance.
yeah.
Do you have good credit?
We have the funniest story with this. Me and Maya
Yes.
decided to increase our bond in our relationship and get a plan together on a phone because
have-
we're in love.
So we have a family plan.
We have a
She's
family
my wife.
plan.
Aww.
And I'm like, Maya, because I'm with T-Mobile, so come underneath my existing plan.
Yeah,
and
T-Mobile's great.
They were great, but the guy was like, oh, you want to add her to your plan?
Uh-huh.
No. With your credit, you can't add a phone. And then she ran Maya's credit. Like, Maya's credit, though, she can add 12 lines if she wants to. Your credit, we don't got nothing for you. Her credit, right this way. And it was like
I know.
5 times.
It was very like, she can do this, you can't.
It was
Yeah.
a very clear boundary.
Like, she can take 5 phones.
Yeah.
You can't even borrow a Nokia.
Oh
like,
my
that was the
gosh.
vibe.
He just laid it down.
I'm gonna say it's because Shannon is Canadian, so she didn't have credit history.
Yeah.
that's
You don't have bad
difficult.
credit. You have
Now I'm okay. I
Yeah.
actually,
You're building credit.
I got a place on my own. I applied for an apartment and I got a place on my own merit without a co-signer. That was the first time in my life that's happened.
Yay!
So yes, we got that good credit.
Yeah, building. You building that
Layer
foundation.
me up.
You build that credit.
Are you prepared for retirement?
Let's just stop right now.
No, I don't
Let's
have
just
it.
put that down.
That's a hard no.
You're not
Yeah.
prepared either, Amy?
I don't have a
The
retirement.
joy.
I know. You're not prepared either.
I'm that crab in a bucket.
No, I'm not.
I don't think. I mean, for me, life is so much. Like,
Yeah,
there's so
I'm
much
not
things you
planning that
have to
far
do
ahead.
right now that I'm like. The only thing I have is my stock stuff, but that's not really. I'm not prepared yet.
You have
I'm
like
working.
an IRA, don't you?
I'm working towards it, but that's not enough. Like, if I were to retire,
Yeah, I can't.
I'd be like a good 3 months.
I'm counting on me making enough money now, eventually.
But you know what? For being a good sport, let's all just finish up this look.
Yay!
Maybelline Fit
Little-
Me Powder Foundation.
Smooth finish.
No, but I'm really curious. What do you think?
I actually like it a lot.
No, I like
it looks
it.
really good, like on both of you guys.
Ooh, that's a pretty color.
This is better for me.
What is it?
Deep wine, cappuccino. Listen, this finish though.
Yeah.
It's like airbrush.
I'm
is,
all
yeah.
about matte and poreless.
I have the soft tan, and then I've got the deep coral blush.
I got the sun beige, natural beige, compact, and the medium pink blush.
We are here for the squad slay. Look at this. I am not mad. All kinds of slaying with my girl squad. The face has been beat. The boy has been texted. He's on his way. And I have one last question for you ladies. Have you been given the right tools to build your wealth?
No. Hell
Yeah.
no.
No.
Given? No.
No, not given, no.
Not
I don't think
given.
they teach you that.
They don't
No.
want.
They
don't want you to
know.
They don't want you to be wealthy, so they
being
don't.
wealthy.
We all been
We've all
broke.
been- we've all been
Everybody's been broke.
You know, it's kind of like I always think of the Drake song "Started from the Bottom" and how people got so mad at him for saying that. But I'm like, the bottom is kind of relative. So for
Yeah.
you guys, what has broke meant for you?
Well, I'm raised by a single mother. We started broke. But, like, for me to experience it as an adult was living in Vancouver and, like, making $13,000 for the year. That was hard. Mr. Noodles.
Is that a restaurant?
Oh, like the ramen noodles. Like
Oh, Top
they're like
Ramen.
yeah, they're like.
Oh, is that your brand? Mr.
I guess
Noodles?
in Vancouver
Us
it was.
is Top Ramen. Top Ramen Light. Mine was probably when my mom was sick because it was all the health insurance bills we had to pay. That was what I thought was being broke because all of our money was being poured to the big health insurance companies, and also being emotionally broke because that was such like a hard time for us. But yeah, that's me.
That's so broke.
But that's inspired you to.
Oh yeah, that was like the biggest catalyst that pushed me to be like, you know what, I'm gonna take everything possible in my power to not let that happen to my family. It makes me a strong person. What doesn't kill you make you stronger, according to a wise man, Kanye West.
And Shannon.
Who's far from broke. I think broke for me was definitely when I first moved out of my parents' house for the first time. And you know when you want to be independent, and so I refused to take help, and I was living on like $1 a day. I biked like everywhere, like 3 hours a day of biking, and we both did background together.
We did.
And background is very fickle. Like sometimes you can work 2 days a week, sometimes it's like one. And so at this, I was 25 years old and like relying on background, and I took a minimum wage under the table job at a retail store, and that was kind of like a big pride hit for me because my book had come out. So I'm supposed to like have been somebody, but I'm like living on Campbell's soup, riding my bike to my
doing extra work on
and
movie
doing
sets.
extra work. Yeah, so
The people that walk around in the background.
it was like broken. I think morally wise, I felt broken, and then financially, I was broken.
I feel like that's like a huge thing that I discovered as a young adult, that I'm like, yo, this system is messed up. We spent all this time in school, and they basically say, here, you're 18, here's a credit card, and like go spend, but they don't teach you like how to invest.
I have no idea, like coming out of high school, how to like apply for a mortgage, credit cards, how to
Build your credit. What's the
important
importance of
But
that?
I know the Pythagorean theorem and the hypotenuse so good.
Yes. I can tell you all about photosynthesis and brontosauruses and brachiosauruses, but I'm brachiosaurus and nobody helped me.
You gotta teach yourself. You gotta learn the hard way, and it's called the School of Hard Knocks. You gotta do you and teach you. But this is so important to have conversations with your friends and your family, and hopefully people that know the landscape better. But this is all created to inspire like a conversation and a dialogue. So
Yes!
Yes!
I've learned that I'm going to be mooching off of Amy and all of her financial awesomeness.
You're not alone.
But you know what? I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm not good at the financials, so I will hire people that are good at that.
But you'll improve and get better and learn. It's all a learning experience.
You gonna learn today. Come on.
I brought pizza.
I'll take that picture for you.
That was a bad hug. I'm sorry.
It was
Welcome.
Everybody good? What's going on?
What's
going on?
Have a seat.
Thank you for having me. And the Slumber Party, yes. I had to bring pizza
She's
and
over there.
pepperoni and
She's
cheese.
over there.
She's
He's
over
over
here.
here.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yes.
How you doing? How do you
I'm
guys
good.
know each other? Shannah be knowing all of them.
How
my
many boys do
recollection.
you know, girl?
How many boys do you know?
Everyone?
It's not like that. It's just I think
Right.
first of all, I've been obsessed with roll bounce. Like I know the movie verbatim. We
Okay.
talked about this,
Yes.
and you were
Cleo's
White
an
Mike.
actor.
Right.
Cleo's an actor, and he is a rapper, and he's an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And you're a clothing designer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it all cracking off right now.
We're talking all about being broke and making it work. All of us have come from that place where we genuinely started from the bottom, but again, the bottom is relative. For you, have you ever been broke before?
I don't come from like a rich family or anything. I think,
Cleo's a child actor who's done countless movies.
Walking tall.
Walking Tall.
Holes, which is like
Holes,
that's the
yes.
one that everyone,
it's like the flagship one.
that's the flagship one. And then
Roll
Roll Bounce,
Bounce.
which is my personal fave.
Again, I don't come from a rich family or anything like that, and I was able to live out my dreams very early on in life. I knew what I wanted to do, and things just kind of set in motion, and it's been 20 years now, 20-year career.
20-year career?
Yeah. So
How old were you when you started?
I started when I was 5.
Whoa!
But things really didn't kick off until 3 years after that. So,
Until 3 years.
yeah. So
Wow, that's awesome. And so then from your experience then as a child star, was money like a big, the Macaulay Culkin thing? Like how do they handle that in Hollywood?
I think it
your
was.
family. How do your family handle that?
I think after the whole Macaulay Culkin thing, I think that's when it kind of put it into realization for anybody who had a child in the entertainment industry that you were getting these parents who were getting the checks and just running through it. So they become an adult and they have nothing left in their accounts, nothing. So for me, it was they had this thing called a Coogan account where you get only a percentage of your money, and everything else is left in a bank account that you can't touch until you're 18. So
you couldn't touch your money until you were 18.
I couldn't touch a majority of the money until I was 18.
That's smart.
Which is great.
Are you grateful for that?
Hell yeah, I'm grateful for that. Yeah, I turned 18. I was like,
Yeah.
see the account. I'm like, oh, word?
You would've
This is all the work? Oh, I'm in.
But you bought a house for your family, right? That's what I hear.
I did. The first thing I did is, as soon as the first day I saw, the Coogan account get unlocked and I actually knew what was in there, I looked right at my mom. I was like, let's go buy a house.
One of the things that I love about you is not just your fantastic hair and your great sense of style and your really kind heart, but also and the pizza that you brought us. It's also that you're an entrepreneur because you are somebody who has been in the entertainment industry successfully for so long. Why did you even decide to start your own thing? Like, where did that passion come from?
You get tired of waiting on other people. You know what I mean? Even with all the things that I've done in my resume, it's still, the process of waiting on other people and so on, so having to sign off. So I just wanted to be my own boss, literally.
Be in control.
In control,
Yeah.
and that's what kind of helped Slick Living take off from the very beginning. Originally, it was just a merchandise line for when I was on tour, and then it became its own thing. It became its own entity, and it's become its own brand. And
Love this.
This is my attorney's book, 16th Minute of Fame, and he talks about 7 streams of income and how when you're growing a business, especially in the entertainment industry, you want to have all these streams of income. So the fact that you have all of these streams of income is really cool because Daryl talks about it.
He was saying that 7 is the lucky number, that's what you're supposed to have. And it's great because we were talking about this prior, having something that makes you money while you're sleeping. So you're not constantly having to chase the paper. Sometimes you could just be on vacation, you're still getting something. And that's what I guess living slick is all about.
yeah.
So this episode is special to us, not just because you're here and you're special. This episode is sponsored by Maybelline. Woohoo! And so we've been doing makeup and we've been playing in makeup, and we always think it's really great to have men kind of do role reversal. So how good you do a lot, you have a lot of streams of income, a lot of talents. How good are you at makeup artistry?
Terrible.
Wow.
Try your luck.
Perfect.
So we have a little game here. So we want you to pick one of 3 of our names, and you're gonna have to do our makeup.
You sure about this?
We're so sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm hoping it's me.
I hope it's Shannon.
Maya! Yes.
Are you ready? Don't make me look.
No, they've messed up by giving me these utensils. You're done. You're done. I'm about to have your hair looking crazy.
Can you draw at all?
No, I can't draw worth a damn. So this is gonna be very interesting to see.
First
What's gonna be
up-
weird if I actually am good at this? That's what's gonna creep me out.
Get
That'll be
ready.
plan B.
Maybe
Plan
that
B
would be
makeup
it.
artist.
So Amy's gonna shout out the different layers that you have to put on, and you gotta find the right product for that.
Foundation. Start with foundation.
Okay, which I'm assuming is. If I pick it right, can someone just tell me if I'm picking it right or no? I just have to just go with it.
Go with it.
Oh dear God. Oh boom, yeah, Fit Me Foundation. Come on, I got this. See, now I gotta sit here. Yo, what the hell? Nah, bruh. This is like witchcraft and wizardry at this point. What is this? I am so sorry, Maya.
Contour.
Contour.
This is not fair.
We're just gonna play that.
What is this supposed to be here?
Avatar Aang. Come on. Let's get that going. What's next after this?
Highlight.
Just blend well and voila, masterpiece done.
No, we got eyes. still.
What about eyes and lips?
What? Seriously? Y'all go through all this to go out? No wonder.
Yes.
No wonder y'all take forever to get ready.
Yes.
Jesus. This is just sad.
Hold a skinny brush.
So am I gonna have a reveal?
Let's give her a reveal. All right, Maya.
This is my Comic-Con look.
I actually.
Actually.
You know what? I will say this is that's almost symmetrical.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming by.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
No.
it.
Thanks
A
for
weird
the
hug.
pizza. Can't have
She's
pizza.
squeezing spine. Don't worry.
All right. Okay.
Bye. Bye. For myself and everyone watching, define what money means to you.
When I got the bed bugs recently and I had to spend all this money on pesticides.
I got the bed bugs.
I had to spend so much money and I felt so terrible about it. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't like lose this money. Then I thought, there's industries that rely on this, you know? Like even a car crash is a tragedy for you, but it's dinner for another family.
Yeah.
So it has to have a recycling energy about it. And you have to be okay letting it go because it will come back to you.
Yeah.
And you inspired me by telling me that when you started giving more to church, you started getting more from the world. Because sometimes when we don't have enough, we think we have to hoard it. And that energy, I think, is the most toxic for you.
So money, I mean, what it means is just it's a medium of exchange. It's also like a kind of a reward system for understanding the game. Because I used to work so hard and not get any money, but now it's like, yeah, you got to study that game. Define wealth.
I think we touched on this in one of our past episodes. I feel like wealth to me is more in terms of relationships and love and the types of connections I have with people.
Wealth for me is deciding in every moment that I have enough and that I am enough.
Financial freedom, quickly.
What does it look like to you? Paint us a picture.
Financial freedom to me is not being worried about not only just me and myself and my own personal finances and bills, but my family. My family is the utmost important to me, especially after my mom passed. It doesn't come up every day, you know what I mean?
Okay, go.
But yeah, to me, that's my family's number one. And so as long as they are financially free and they're not worried about their bills and finances, that's what makes me comfortable and feel like I have, things are good, things are great. Yeah.
Aww, Maya. I feel like all of us sitting on this couch, like, we go through so much. When you say those things, like you're trying to help your family, it's like I'm in the same boat. I want to give so much to my mom and give so much to my family, and I have family back home in the Philippines. You have no idea how much
goes on behind the scenes.
what goes into things like this. What we do on camera is like, you know, it looks fun and everything, but the purpose behind what we do is to give back. And the people with, like, you know, really good hearts, like, and I would say all of us, we're constantly thinking about other people and how to help other people. So financial freedom means, like, you know, helping the people that I love. And
And your makeup is still on. So
Still intact. Still flawless.
Financial freedom to me is just being able to say, let's go on vacation. I have not been on a trip probably ever in my adult years, like, just to say, like, I have the money just to go.
Right.
It has to be for work or for a purpose, just to say, like, I want to spend time with people that I love, just being.
Make sure you guys are subscribed, like this video, and read the info box for the questions and discuss with us in the comments below, because we really read your questions and we want to know you, boo.
I go in on the comments. I
Shannon
do.
goes
I
in.
go in. For better or for worse, I'm there.
We love reading your guys' comments and letting you guys join in on the conversation because we're all in this together.
We all in this
Yes.
together. Like crabs in a bucket.
We're bed bugs in a bed.
Get all that air out.
Now I'm enjoying it.
But the reality is, looking a certain way